and he didn't have hair then either. Thank you, Dick. Thank you for making the trip. Those lunches mean a lot to me and have to the years. So this is such an unreal moment. I know that the other inductees would agree that I don't think any of us expected anything like this to happen. I mean, you're just rolling along and you're doing this job that you love so much, and this doesn't ever seem like it's real. So thank you to the CRB board and the Hall of Fame committee and everyone who had something to do with putting me here, because I really appreciate it. You think I deserved it. I did give you some backstory. Let me just tell you that I was that girl who always talked too much at school and played the music in her bedroom too loud and got yelled at. And I think those are two probably characteristics that helped me get to where I am. Loved music, loved talking. As Dick said, you know, music was more 70s rock for me back then. But honestly, when I discovered country music, I knew there was something really special about the music. And now that I've been doing it a long time, I love every aspect of it. There's the songwriters that create these amazing lyrics, so real, so lifelike. There's the musicians and the artists that bring it to life. The management and publicists and the label people who work so hard, who are here, it's so good to see all you guys, to bring that music to the radio and to get program directors on the phone. I know how hard you work at that too. So we're just really lucky to be part of a really great industry. But I think the heart and soul is the fans. And I learned that at that first job. And he didn't mention that that station was in a cow pasture. You didn't mention that I had a project land and worked at a cow pasture.
Yeah,
so there I am in the cow pasture, and I got called to the desk, to the front desk, and there was a farmer, a local farmer, who was there to say hello to me and give me my first fan gift. And that fan gift was a little pewter cowbell. And for some reason, I don't know why, that was how many years ago, I still have a little pewter cowbell that I gave. And I don't know why. I really did. It must have really made an impression or must have meant something really special to me. And that's when I realized that country music fans are more passionate and more engaged than any other radio listener out there. I live for that. I love that connection. I love it, whether it's in person or on the phones or email, whatever. I love that. Maybe that has a lot to do with why I'm here. I just love to connect with people. So I got on the cow pasture, and after 90 days, but not before I had a chance to do my first band interview, and it was a baby band named Alabama. That's what that was. And I just remember they were out promoting their first album, and I was kind of nervous, but they were really gracious and really nice, and they made the interview so easy for me. And I don't know why they don't go cow pasture to do that interview, but they did. So that just is one more thing. And then I did get to Detroit, and I was thrilled to be back. I was thrilled to be in Detroit, my hometown. But what was great was WYCD had just gone on as this radical radio station. Young country was like this really different kind of radio that I had never done before. And I think that's what changed that stereotypical kind of radio to this really unique. It was like, you gotta get creative or get out. I mean, it was like every air shift was out to one up the, I mean, you were competing against the other airships. Dick Carpenter, where are you? You know this is true. We had so much fun just trying to like, who's got the better bit or the better interview or the better whatever. And it was great. It would just drive there. So I was blessed to spend about 15 years in Detroit between WYCD and W4. And then I walked off the plane in Milwaukee and I met Jerry Wolf. And that was in 1998. Jerry called me into town for an interview for the morning show. And I didn't know how I felt about moving to Milwaukee because I was still home in Detroit. But I knew this was a major opportunity he was going to give me. So I was really happy. I accepted the job. And I remember this distinctly, that this many years later, I remember that at some point after he hired me, somebody asked, made a comment about hiring this woman for the morning show. And I'll always remember he said, it wasn't like I went out looking for a woman, I just hired the best applicant for the job. Yeah. And at that point, I realized this guy has like the most incredible integrity. It was no longer an issue. I'd done mornings and afternoons prior, but it was always kind of novelty. And this was like a non-issue. It just didn't matter. It always should have been a non-issue. So thank you, Jerry, for giving me the platform. and for believing in me. It's been a fun ride. Also, he has this amazing, contagious passion for country music that he shares with his staff. Like some program directors, you don't get a chance to hear the new stuff, and he turns us on to all these new bands, and we sit and listen to music, and it's just the coolest thing ever. So I love that you make us a part of that too, because that's just great. It's so fun. As for Milwaukee, didn't take me long to fall in love with that sweet little town and our FM 106.1 listeners. People there work really hard, they play really hard, they do it all while eating cheese curds and bratwurst and chugging PBR. Everything you learn about it is true. Love that place. And since I'm talking about beer, I also should include my morning show partners, Scott Dolphin and Radar. We do spend a lot of time, so much time together. You guys who do mornings know this. And after 17 years, we still are together, we're solid, and every morning it is a team effort, and I'm proud to share the adventure with them. And we have an incredible staff in Milwaukee. I wish they could all be here tonight, but we're going to party when we get back. And Hannah's here. I'm going to say Hannah started answering phones for the morning show as an intern. I think it was 5-6 years ago. He's now the promotion director of all 6 stations in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Right now, it's all over all our web pages, but thanks for coming down. To my late mom and dad, who I know are here in spirit tonight, I told you all that talking and playing loud music was going to pay off someday. And my in-laws are also dealing with some health issues, so my Aunt Mary and Uncle Stu are here as my surrogates. Thank you guys for driving along. And to my best friend in the world, my husband Doug, who has put up with crazy for 30 years this September. You deserve a Hall of Fame marriage award, that's for sure. We actually had it on radio. He was the morning guy, and I was in it. Girl, he was the morning guy. I was all about that. So here we are. Thank you for keeping me sane and all your support. Nobody ever ran a show this way. So thank you all you guys for sitting through this and for sharing this amazing experience. Have a good night.